Hello everyone, today we're going to look at sidechain compression, also known as ducking. It's called ducking because every time the kick drum hits, the synths or the bass that you've got sidechained duck in volume. So they drop in volume every time the kick hits, and that allows the kick always to be audible. It's used in rock music a lot for sidechaining the kick drum of the drum kit to the bass guitar, so the kick drum always cuts through in the mix. And it's used in dance music for a more pronounced effect, so you get a more of a pulsing effect. And I'm going to show you how that's set up. Here's the kick drum, and here's a synth line that I made earlier in Serum, which is my new synth. I'm just getting used to it, and I've just used the preset. So here's my synth line without any sidechain compression. Okay, so I want that to pulse a bit. So along with the kick drum, it's kind of a static line. So what you do is, with the mixer open, you open up a compressor. And how you get to a compressor is dynamics, compressor, stereo. And that will open up your compressor. And for me, there are 7 compressors along here. I like this one, the vintage VCA, so that's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to turn auto gain off and this auto off here. I don't want those on. And with the dial set like that, there's going to be no compression happening. Before I get going, I have to use this area here that I'm circling, where it says sidechain in the top right hand corner, and I have to look for what the kick drum's called. So the kick drum is Audio 2, where I'm circling the mouse there. It's called Audio 2, but it's also called Festival Kick. So there's a few clues to look for there. Click on this link and look for audio, and there it is. It says Festival Kick 2, Audio 2 there, so I'm pretty sure, confident that's the right one. So I click on that. So now this kick drum here that I've just highlighted, oops, didn't want to do that, is now sidechained to this compressor, but the compressor is on the synth line, not on the kick drum. Okay, so the kick drum is being sent to the compressor on the synth line. Now, with the dial set like this, no compression will happen. But as I move these around, further and further apart like this, you'll hear this pulsing get introduced. So I'm going to just remove the kick drum. I'm going to mute the kick drum so as we can just hear it happening. So you can have it happening a lot or less. You want to have a pretty quick attack and release, because you want it to happen quickly and release quickly. But if you have them too far to the left, you get this distortion can get introduced. So it's a good idea to roll those off back a little bit. And that's it, that's done. Now I'm going to show you how to do it on another synth line here that I made. It's more of a bassy one, again on Serum. It's just another preset. So how do you get to the compressor? Click here underneath the synth where it says, if you hover over it, it might say audio effects, but click there. Come down to dynamics, it's the second one down, compressor, and go to stereo. The compressor will open up. Make sure you've got it turned on in the top left corner, not off, on. Again, we're going to the side chain in the top right corner. We're looking for the audio that we've already identified as Festival Kick Audio 2, and it's saying that there. So we've now sent, not only this kick has been sent to the, you've got to be careful which compressor you open up. So make sure you close them and open them up again so you don't mess with the wrong compressor, because I've got a compressor on this synth, is the one we just did, but I've also got a compressor on this synth. So it's good to know that you're dealing with more than one compressor. This is the second one now, so we're going to listen to this with no sidechain. So I'm going to put them in the nothing's going to happen position. Auto gain off, this auto off. I've got these rolled back a little bit ready because I don't want to have that distortion when they're all the way down here. Now I'm going to start to make it happen. I'm going to turn that dial that way. And now you can hear it pulsing away. Play them both together. bus one happen a bit more. I'm going to drop my kick drum in. So both of these now are being ducked. Sidechain compression is happening to both of these. Now you don't have to have that drum pattern, so I'm going to mute that drum pattern, and I've just dragged in a little hip hoppy thing from the Apple loops over here just to show you how it sounds with a different drum beat. So all well and good. Now I'm going to bypass these two compressors here just to go one step further if you want to. So it might be a pain putting a compressor onto all your different synths to get them all pulsing away. So another way of doing it is to, where it says stereo out on both of these two synthesizers, and I can highlight both of them, do both at the same time, I'm going to go to bus 1 that I've already set up and I've already named synth bus, and you name it down here, you look for it here, bus 1, it says there where I'm circling the mouse. I've named it synth 1 down here by double clicking and typing, and you know what, I'm just going to alt copy a compressor across to bus 1 like that. I'm going to turn it on. Now both of these synths are being sent to bus 1, the whole signal. Here's bus 1, and I've just simply put a compressor onto bus 1. So I could set up more synths, and so long as I send them to bus 1 here, they're going to have the same compression happening, the same ducking compression happening. So I'm going to just listen to that now. So they're both being sent here now, both synths, and they've both got the sidechain compression on, both coming from the kick drum. And that is basically sidechain compression, otherwise known as ducking.